ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
We are dead, and this is hell.
I wish I was there for it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I'm David Strege, and here I have another review for you, this time of a Easter themed horror comedy by the name of Rottentail. And it has just come out with a Blu-ray DVD combo off of Ammo Entertainment, using the production companies of, I believe, Scuba Vision, Illusion Industries, Furry Film Franchise, Blue Orchid Entertainment, Skiba Vision, which is, I believe, the director's company, which his name is Brian. Brian Skiba. And Turbo Panda Productions. Ammo Content is the distributor, or Ammo Entertainment, whatever you want to call it. And I've actually talked about another film that was put out by, I guess, Ammo Content. But in any case, so the plot line of the story is that a young man by the name of Peter Cotton evidently had something happen in his childhood where he was bullied, and his a science fair rabbit was killed in his childhood, and ultimately he grew up to be a scientist, and he's working on some kind of sex drive serum to help people's sex drive be more sensual, be more erotic, be more enjoyable. And there's another scientist that's involved in the story too, that ends up being kind of like a Frankenstein type story. And he goes by the name of Dr. Sirius Stanley, and he's played by Gianni Capaldi, who happens to have been in a version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde that I happen to know, and a director that I know well there. And from what I understand, the guy who plays Jake Mulligan, who is the bully grown up, his name is William McNamara, and he just so happened to be in that same Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde previously. So it's cool to see these characters come back. Now, Brian Skiba is the director of Blood Moon Rising, which I happen to have. And I know that he's worked with Dominique Swain before, who plays Anna Banana, which is kind of funny. One of my exes, her name was Anna. And, people made fun of her and called her Anna Banana. She did not like that. But in any case, Peter Cotton, who ultimately turns into Rottentail, which this particular film is based on a graphic novel that was pretty much created by David C. Hayes, Kurt Belcher, and Kevin Moyers. Whereas Brian Skiba did the screenplay play for this, so I believe that you can actually buy the graphic novel on the actual site that you can buy Rottentail from. But in any case, Dominic Swain, she's an interesting character. She's been in quite a lot: Alpha Dog, Face Off, Lolita, which I believe Lolita was something else too. So, but she plays the girl, the crush that Peter Cotton seems to have, and Corin Namick. Oh my God! I mean, his role in here was just funny, hilarious. There was a transformation that he had to go through, and Corin Namick, if you know anything about cinema, he actually played a nervous fella on The Stand, which is Stephen King's The Stand. Harold Lauder, who ultimately he became a right-hand man to the Man in Black, or the evil guy in The Stand, who was going up against the good guys in the story. So it was interesting to see him as an older character, and yet he's playing a younger, or trying to play a younger man who happens to have a bad history with the people in this Easter Falls town. And it's kind of like you put Beetlejuice into a bunny costume, and then there's a little bit of a comedy because you got the scientist who wants to best Peter Cotton. That's Gianni Capaldi's character. You got the military trying to steal the secret serum that Peter Cotton has created. Plus, there's the creature that evidently was created by the opposite scientist that he was trying to protect. So, but ultimately, this is a revenge tale with a comical spin. I mean, picture someone who has Tourette's ending up going and getting revenge on the people that did him wrong. So there's some head splodges. I love the movement, how fast he could go. So there was definitely some money put into this film, some thought, and I thought that the CGI was pretty darn good where it needed to be to make it look just right. I mean, the lightning that seemed to shoot out from him whenever he seemed to go up against the military or whatnot. And I like the fact that there were some creature effects too. I mean, it was definitely different, unique, and comical, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much I watched it a second time. So hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film. Once again, Jake Mulligan's character, the bully, ended up becoming like some um, evangelist preacher, one of those kind that you see on TV, and they're asking for money and shit like that. So he was definitely playing over top. It's not like he hadn't been a priest before. Recently, he's been a reverend in several different productions before. So, and he is a familiar face, but he definitely can play the sarcastic bad guy when he wants to be, and that over the top gangster kind of preacher kind of thing going on. So in any case, definitely check this film out. It's definitely worth your time. It was worth my time. So check it out for yourself. I certainly enjoyed it. It's definitely one that I'll be watching again in the future. And yeah, there are other films that are in its wake, but I don't think there's anything that's been taken on to such a violent and comical, attempt. So, in any case, thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Appreciate your time spent here on the page, and thank you so much. Check the film out.